Good evening, everyone. My name is Jonathan Carmody. You might have heard me before. You're new Fly Bluff. My name is Jonathan Carmody. You may have heard of me before when I'm walking down the streets of Waldron playing guitar. But I'm not going to play you a tune here tonight. We're going to do something different. We are going to discuss the safety procedures and protocols here for the sports of 2020-2021. I know for the parents watching, you're all excited and delighted to see your child come back to the sports that they love, which was canceled for months because of COVID. And for some of you, may be excited to see me come back. But there are procedures we're sitting down. As you know, you must stand 6 feet apart, stay 6 feet apart, and sit down, have more than 10 people. But we're going to do something. This is a little bit different for me. This is for those of you that are going to see me play. I have written this down. I have written this down for you guys to make sure that you guys understood very clearly. First, I'm going to talk about is volleyball. As you know, weeks ago, the Volleyball ISD school board decided to shut the main entrance upstairs to the second level because of safety. For more information about that, you can watch the meeting on the Fly Bluff ISD School Board channel, which will be in the link in the description below, and this is posted on YouTube. And for those who do not have can access YouTube, I'm going to explain it to you. The safety procedures are for the steps that go up to the second level. You may have heard of me before Dr. Freeman and Mr. Fisher accused me of using profanity up there. But I'm going to get into it. That is closed down because of safety reasons. The board is going to find another way for every one of us to go in. And you will see me on ground level. Now, for those who are going to come down and watch me play, these are the procedures. Like I told you before, the main entrance to the second level is closed. And if you're going to go in to watch your child play or hear me sing, you have to stay You must stay 6 feet apart and wearing these often, every time. Every time there's a home game or an away game, you have to wear these every day. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to wear. You have to wear it like this. You cannot have it worn like this or like this. It has to be above your nose at all times, sealed in and closed. So again, not under the nose, not like this. The proper way to do this is like this. Now, if for those who have a medical condition where you can't wear masks, that is fine. But that person who has that medical condition when they can't wear a mask, they need to stay 6 feet apart, as always. And there cannot be more than 10 people. We're not going to do 10 people. There's mainly less. We're going to do 3 to 5 people. If there's more than 3 or 5 people, you need to have either, if there's like 6 people, you'd have 1. If there's like too many, it's only like 3 to 5 people. That's how it is for the volleyball. Next, we're going to move on to the football area, which there's another home game in 2 weeks. So, as always, you see me playing on the sidelines with the tips. With the tips and stuff. We're still going to have it, but these are the procedures I wrote down. You need to wear a mask at all times when watching me perform or watching the game. And it's going to be for me on the sidelines. Stay 6 feet apart, no more than 5 to 3 people, no more than 10 people, no more than 3 people. Alright, there's been less before. And if you're going to be, and for those who are going to be tipping like your child, they need to stand 6 feet apart. So, how we're going to do this is, you're going to hand me the tips, and I'm going to put it in the case. Like I've always done. you're going to hand me the tips, whether it's a 50-cent, dollar, whatever. It's going to go in the case. And you need to make sure your hands are washed every time. I do not want contaminated money, like I've always talked about, like I've talked about in fast food restaurants. For requests, I mean, you are not allowed to, you're prohibited to request me any songs that are related to sex, violence, drugs, or suicide. And you can now request me songs that have a lot of profanity, like rap music. For instance, someone requests for 50 Cent, it's like this. I'm sorry, but my policy is no music that has profanity, has profanity in it, or talks about sex, drugs, alcohol, or suicide. No excuses, no ifs, no ands, no buts, or excuses, or special privileges. If you have, also again, if you have a medical condition where you're not allowed to wear a mask as always, again, you have to follow safety procedures as always from the CDC to stay 6 feet apart as always. Because we still have the virus and the numbers are rising as often, and I don't want to get in trouble for this. For track and basketball, it's going to be the same. The same as always. Just make sure you stay 6 feet apart, wear a mask at all times. If those are medical condition, the same thing. You are to make sure that you follow the proper procedures that are placed by the CDC. Alright, next, swimming practice. The swimming practice. You are to follow the procedures as listed. Practice social distancing. Wear a mask at all times. Unless you have a medical condition. Whether it's you yourself or your child. If they have a medical condition, then what they have to do is follow these procedures. Now, for those who do not understand what I was saying, I will type it out in the description. That way you guys can understand. Now, going back to the request, I'm going to hear from a lot of people like, oh, you have the right to free speech. Try telling that to the Director of Security, Mr. Fisher, who the superintendent, who Dr. Freeman accused me of using profanity. Try telling that. You have rights to, try telling them the same thing. I understand that I have constitutional rights and so on, but what I'm concerned about is the safety of children. I mean, we have little kids who they're going to watch their big brother or big brother playing that football field, or their big sister performing on that track field. Or same thing in basketball. It's the children I'm concerned about. I care about kids. And for you to say to me that I have constitutional rights, I understand that. But there are procedures that I have to follow as ordered by the security people at all the schools here in the Bluff. If I were to find that you requested me this and I deny it, and you start giving me lip about it, what I am to do is to go talk to an administrator who works at the school, or the security person. It could be Terry. It could be, I don't know who it could be. It could be Miss Iris. I don't know. But I do know one thing: if anything happens, I will let them know that, hey, this has happened. This is happening. I've written down these rules. No one has listened, and if you guys are not going to follow these procedures, I will let the security people know, hey, these two people are here are not following these procedures. And if they say it's out of my hands, say, I'm sorry, Mr. Harmony, but it's out of my hands, then there's nothing I can do. these procedures will be sent to the Director of Security if he approves of this. Or if the board approves of this. But I'm not going to plan on doing that. But so again, second entrance to the level of volleyball is closed because of safety reasons. Plus, you must always wear a mask at all times if you're going to watch your child, daughter perform in the volleyball game or watch me perform downstairs. If you have a medical condition, then you need to your child or daughter must stay 6 feet. Same thing for football, track, basketball. We haven't even discussed baseball. There'll be times where I'll be over there. It's the same thing. You need to wear a mask at all times. I'm concerned about your safety as well as my safety. Do I want to get sick? Absolutely not. Do I want to get rid of COVID? Absolutely. And to do that, you need to follow the procedures that are put in place by the Centers for Disease Control and for the sports, for the safety of your child or the athlete. It is the same thing. And with these, I am very concerned about everyone here, the players, my fans, and especially you. So, if I catch you with violation of these protocols, then what I'm going to do is talk to either the administrator who works here. It could be your student It could be a student. They have to follow the same protocols also. So that's all I have to say. I hope to see you guys out there in 2 weeks for the next football and or volleyball game, depending on my work schedule. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.